All right, we are here for another episode of Safe on Talk, and this is going to be a big one. Absolutely huge. We were talking before the show. I'm with Chris as always
What
about
up?
how excited we are. How you doing, my man?
Oh, I'm hyped, man. I am hyped.
Yeah. The My entire week has just been filled with like watching reaction videos, and then the Street Fighter just started dropping. There was leaks. There was like stuff that I thought was a leak, but they actually put out there. I was like, there was a certain point I was like, they might as well just release a damn beta like date. Like they were showing so much shit. So, a lot to talk
Oh, it's
about, and then
coming. Oh, it's coming.
we got I mean, basically the whole show is gonna be state of play. There was like six fucking things that I was just like it was like half of that state of play was better than every other state of play, like by like a long shot with some of the stuff they released. So,
That's a fact. That is
but
a fact.
yeah. So RE4 remake, some Horizon VR game, Final Fantasy 16,
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter 6, of course.
What's that?
What, Street Fighter 6?
Yeah, what game is that? I never heard of it before.
It's bum fights, but it's digital. But yeah, and we're gonna start with Street Fighter 6 actually. Um,
Yeah, hit y'all with the banger early.
so we were contemplating doing a live stream of the state of play, and then an hour before I was like, you know what, I think it's gonna be mostly VR stuff, and I don't think it'd be worth streaming. And then I immediately felt really fucking stupid.
Hey, listen, it's funny because I co-signed it too. I was like, nah, they're not gonna do nothing. They're not gonna do nothing. And then boom,
Yeah,
shit happens, man. Can't
yeah,
win them all. Can't win them
yeah.
all,
I
D.
was I was doing the cleaning job, and I was listening to it, and I was like, um, and I was sweeping, and then I heard like, and now Capcom on the new upcoming heavy hitter, and my stomach dropped a little because I went, ah, fuck me.
Are you
It's
kidding
like
me?
I was like, I fucked up. Then I was
You
just like staring at
motherfuckers.
my phone, like cheesing my ass off for like 3 straight minutes, and
Listen.
while I'm in the middle of the friggin' office.
I was surprised. And then he was like, "Yo, Chris." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yo, it's dropped." I said, "What dropped?" And immediately, as soon as I saw the trailer start, I said, "Oh shit, me and Dustin could have been on this already, man."
Yeah. Yeah, well. There's a couple other big ones. I think even this Thursday there's one, but I don't know what time it is.
um, yeah, I saw that Capcom was like doing the I think it was on 13th, something like that. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's that. There's another
Yeah.
one though, the Summer Games Festival. Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I see you, Mr. MTV. Yeah, Digital Bum Fights Ryu vs. Ken. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
what
we're
up,
fucking
Jay?
talking about. Cause they dropped an image of Ken. He literally looks. He's borderline homeless. We'll
Listen,
talk about that though. I'll pull that up. That's
he did not
pretty hilarious.
he did not take advice. They said go home and be a family man, and clearly he never took that advice.
Yeah,
And now look.
he probably invested all his money in crypto. He bet on the Mets. Just made every kind of mistake. He bought on margin. He is fucking
Oh,
terrible. But
hey, listen, that Dogecoin drop, man.
yeah, I know. I had some of that. But and then I moved it to Bitcoin and that dropped too. But
Oh,
whatever. You can't be too upset about it.
it's a good
It's
time to
basically
buy. It's a
it's
good time to
fucking
buy.
gambling.
Right,
Yeah, it's all on sale now. So
right.
grab some. All right, so I guess we'll start. We'll go through the trailer. And then I'll pause it at moments we can talk about certain aspects of it.
But
There's a couple of, like key things I've seen in the trailer. Uh we aren't even gonna be able to watch all the fucking content. That'd be like 30 straight minutes of all the videos and stuff that have dropped for
right,
this.
right.
And then I'm gonna have this song stuck in my head for the rest of the fucking day. But
Let's do it.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending.
Luke looks so much better. He looks so much cooler.
Okay then, hope you're ready to begin. If you want to start off on the right foot in this city, hit the streets.
Yeah, hey there, I do.
Yeah, he does.
Never feel loose.
Yes, he does.
And when I get up in the game, you're up here improving.
See this?
A real problem, but I solve
Like
them
so
all
many people
face
confuse the
calm.
fuck
And
out
if
of
you
me
think I'm
for a
going
minute.
forward,
Once you
then
start
go.
thinking about this scene, it's like, oh, okay. So it shows a character. It's obviously a character running around, testing his skills,
Right.
DPing a barrel for whatever fucking reason. But
Open world.
and then you think about it, it was pretty clear that it's like, okay, so you create a character, you build him up, you pick kind of which techniques he learns. You
Right.
make your own custom character. You meet the cast along the way, probably. It's
Absolutely.
just career mode, with just
Pretty
a little
much.
bit of open world. So
My career was Street Fighter, so that's gonna be
yeah,
I never thought I would see remnants of 2K hit Street Fighter. That's an interesting uh crossover. It looks like,
yeah. And
but
if he lands and there's a chicken in that barrel, they're getting super fucking Streets of Rage. Uh,
the crazy
just a
part
whole
is
roasted chicken.
the crazy part when I saw it, I was like, yo, is that open world? I was like, what they about to do with this? Because you look at it, 2K and all that, and they have my gym and all that kind of stuff in my career. I am interested to see like how that translate into like the game and stuff like that. Like, will you be able to take your custom character and stuff like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, what does that turn into? Like, is it just a, I don't want to be negative early, but like, is it just a cash grab to be able to have you buy a bunch of outfits and stuff like that to put you on your character, or is it like a legit fleshed out, open world experience where you can go around and do stuff and unlock things, and kind of like Mortal Kombat Crypt was.
yeah. No,
So
exactly. And Mr. M says, loving the return of the hip hop sounds aesthetic from Third Strike.
that's a fact.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
We will be talking about that. Yeah, that's a fact for sure.
That's a flavor. I like that.
There was a lot of, some people were like, oh, that story world looks stupid. It's like, at least they're fucking trying something though. Like, it could
Right.
be good, it could be ass, but I mean, it's not just fucking arcade mode and you're going up a tower. Like,
Right.
you know what I
Right.
mean? At least they're trying something.
Right.
I mean, Guilty Gear isn't even. It's literally a story mode. Like you
That's
basically
a
hit story
fact.
mode and you sit Indian style, and you just watch it. So
Pretty
um,
much.
so I think it's awesome as long as it doesn't take away from the rest of the game, which I don't see why it would. Then
Yeah.
like who cares? Don't play it then.
I
If you
think
want
I
to
think
stay
they
in
learned
verse.
too. I think
Yeah,
they learned their lesson from the way 5 dropped. Because remember, 5 drop was missing so many things, and like there was a whole bunch that was not in the game that should have been in the game from jump. So to see that, like, okay, they coming out, and they like you said, we changed it up a little bit. We know y'all want story mode, y'all want arcade mode, y'all want survival mode, y'all want tag mode, whatever the case may be. Like Street Fighter has its basics that they stick with, but I like the open world concept. I like giving it a chance to see what's different, because everybody does not play the game the same, and everybody should not have to experience the same exact experience either. I think that's what makes games kind of linear, and that's what takes away from the fun of like discovery and having a good time. So I like it, man.
yeah,
If nothing else, just finding little, um, Easter eggs and whatever the case, because they're pretty good at stuff like that. So finding Easter eggs and like maybe even hints of characters that's going to be dropping and stuff like that, I think it's cool.
yeah. Uh, and M makes a good point. He said MK's always had good casual retention because they give you things to do besides fight.
That's a fact.
Which is true. I mean, like you said with the crypt and everything, um, that was the first like unlocking. They had the graveyard. You unlock stuff. I played the shit out of that.
You
When I was
remember? You
younger.
remember? I think was it? I don't know if it was Armageddon. Which MK was it where you could do like chess and mini racing and kart racing
It
and all
might have
that?
been
You remember?
Armageddon.
You remember that? Like they
I
was
think
just like, yo,
it might have been
let's
Armageddon.
just try a bunch of shit and see what people like.
Yeah,
So I'm cool
yeah,
with it. I
yeah.
think it's good.
I'm completely with it. And there might be a mode online where you can fight your character against other ones. Custom characters.
That would be
You know
cool.
what I mean? I
I'll
think
be
that would
cool
be
with
really
that.
cool. That makes it more random. It feels a little bit more casual.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah. Yeah. We'll
I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Fight!
And then shit gets real hype. Sean got a little bit of a new outfit.
Mm-hmm.
It started from the ground up, training getting wound up, channeling it in
Ryu still got those low res feet for whatever reason.
Yeah. Did you say low res feet?
So I want to stop you here because when I was first watching it, and I saw these moments with the graffiti style like paint hits, and I was like, oh man, that's dope. But I never thought it would actually be in the main gameplay kind of, you know what I mean? I just thought it was a trailer thing. It's come out that this is actually the loading screen. For the loading screen, you actually see these people walk out like this.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
It shows them a little bit of stats, so this isn't just for the trailer. This is actually the loading screen for different characters.
The top player is here. Let me have
Why
some
they got it
fun.
like that? Like, it's gonna have the tag aspect to it.
Yeah, that is mad confusing. I don't.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Listen,
That they had
I was
Ryu
like,
and Jamie or whatever come out at the same time. Or
I
Ryu
was
and
like, yo,
Chun-Li.
is that a foreshadowing? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there some kind of tag mode coming or?
Yeah, man, I doubt it. But that part could have been for the. Well, you never know. I mean, there might be a tag mode. It won't be a tag game. The main thing's still gonna be 1v1.
No.
I mean, they obviously
not.
showed the gameplay already.
I think it'd be just some side fun
The
happening.
top player is here. Let me have some fun.
Ready? Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
And another thing, the very first thing I noticed that I loved, and it's the same
Good old
reason
boy in the
that.
background.
Yeah, without a doubt. And then is the impact of the hits. Like everything hits so fucking hard, and I do love that. I don't know why you wouldn't love that. Like in an anime game, everything's so fast you can't do that, but in a game like Street Fighter, you can do that, and it's like Tekken style impact, and I love that. I love that the hits feel even give a little bit more weight to every hit.
It just feels meaty. It feels good. Like,
Yeah, exactly. It feels meaty.
I like it.
Jamie looks dope.
Yeah,
The drunken the drunk fighter. Drunk capoeira. That's what
Yeah. I know Jeremiah loving that.
Ooh, there's something Jeremiah might not be loving. Is he over there?
No.
He's not. Changed the logo a little bit. I think it looks dope. I didn't mind the other logo. I guess it was like a meme. I guess it was
The
like a
other
meme that people
logo?
didn't like the first one. I thought the first
Really?
one was fine. This was pretty. This was pretty hardcore. This was
Yeah,
a
that's
lot meaner
tough.
looking. But I like it
I
with
didn't even
the
look at the. I just noticed the graffiti in it. I just saw
yeah
that.
the paint graffiti
that's
in the
fire.
back. I think it's dope.
That's fire.
Yep. Yeah, I think the first oh shit moment was when they start showing stuff like this with the actual paint and the gameplay. I was like, that's fucking dope. And I was nervous. I was like, I feel like a lot of people aren't gonna like the hip hop thing. But honestly, across the board, I feel like everyone's mad, fucking hyped for this.
I mean, fuck them if they don't like the hip hop thing. Like, come on, bro. Like
Yeah.
everything's got like.
Read the room. You don't have to
Right.
play it. There's plenty of people that love this. And then, of course, another big topic.
Every track ain't gonna be Lil Durk. Like we understand that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Yeah.
what was you saying? Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna bring up the fact that parries are back. Universal parries back.
I saw a mixed reaction about that. Some people was like, "Oh fuck, that Perry shit back again." Other people was like, "Yes, fucking Perry's back." So I want to see how it goes. You know, especially D. I want to see how it goes because everything there's a lot of easy mode stuff happening now too. Did you see like how you can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just one button Hadoukens and all that now.
Yeah.
So
You're
I
talking
want to
about
see how.
the modern mode of where
Yeah, I want to
classic
see
mode?
how the modern mode affects parries. Like, is it just gonna be like a one button parry? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it gonna be automatic? You just hold the button down and it'll parry for you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How does that gameplay mix in now?
See, from from all the stuff I looked at and from everything, this is how I kind of hope it works. I'm not sure if this is how it will work.
Okay.
There's obviously perfect parries in the game, which probably will not be frame perfect. They'll probably be like 3 to 4 frames or 2 to 3 or something like that.
Right.
If it's 1 frame, I'll let you know in like 6 years when I land one. But if it's 2 or 3, it might be a possibility. And then There is another video, and we could pull it up later, where um there's a parry of like a combo that if it was exact, it would be stupid hard to do. So they're saying you there might be a light kind of parry where you just hold a button down because he parries like bam 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 like really quickly.
Okay.
So they're like, and there's two meters. There's that top meter, and I forget what it's called, but they think that drains that meter. Um, I should have been more well prepared with the names of certain shit or
It's
how it
fine.
works, but there is a second meter. So what they're thinking is when you parry, you can hold down the button. It's gonna drain that meter. So
Hmm.
it's not like
You could
it's
just
not
parry all
like
day long. Oh, okay.
where parries used to get to where there was no projectiles anymore. Because if you threw a projectile, it was like free meter because you got meter for parrying. So as long
Oh,
as you
okay.
relatively were
Okay.
smart enough, you threw a projectile and it was like, well,
Thank
I
you.
parried it. Thanks for the meter. And then they're thinking, maybe there'll be a button you either hold or it's just a one button hit, but it takes some of that meter. The perfect parry maybe just gives like a hard counter. And then
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
maybe it just doesn't take meter or something like that. Um, and there's a lot of different things they could do with it. Well, what side are you on? Are you glad the parry is universal again, or
I don't mind it. I think it wasn't like it ruined four. Four was a great game, and a lot of people played it. And it's funny because some of this art style and stuff harkens back to what four kind of looked like. So it's interesting to see them take that step back towards the four era. But when I was watching with parrying and kind of some of the gameplay I saw, it doesn't look like it's game breaking. It doesn't look like it's anything that is going to hurt the either casual or competitive play. And some of the people I saw complaining, I'm like, you're probably mad because you know you're going to get caught with a parry, and
yeah,
you're not going to like that. You're gonna get eliminated or put in losers because of that, and you already know that, and that's probably why you're pissed. But I'm
yeah,
okay with it, man. I got any again. I when you it's tough because when you making a game like Street Fighter doesn't come out with a game every year like Madden or 2K does. So you literally have to find ways to re-engage your fan base, especially if they didn't like the previous iteration of what you had going on. So Street Fighter 6, like, all right, let's add an open world. Let's add parry back. Let's make sure that the artwork looks good. Let's add that graffiti play to the game now. You know what I'm saying? So like I like it. I think it's good. I think it's always good to mix it up. You don't want to have Street Fighter 5 2.0. So this is what you get instead.
exactly. And I'm right there with you. I think as long like it can be a little annoying, like some things might feel a little cheap, but if
Right.
it balances out with it making shit so much more hype, if it makes tournaments and matches and shit uh as hype as they used to be and shit like Third Strike,
Hmm.
um if it's just half that hype, we might have another Evo moment 37 like kind of
Absolutely.
moment. And there's
Absolutely.
nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Um
And you got,
it,
like you said, you saw some of the staggering stuff too, like bam, 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 bam.
yeah,
So parrying like that, like if you're shooting projectiles or some kind, you know what I'm saying, like this. I think it's good. I don't see the drawback here. Again, I haven't seen gameplay yet, so I don't know, but I'm not against it.
yeah. There is some stuff on the parry that's shown. That's what makes people think that there's like a certain type of parry. You hold the button down and it just takes a meter. We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, it's not like a free fucking meter if you throw a projectile. I think that would be ridiculous, but
Yeah,
um, uh,
yeah, I
I
wouldn't be a
mean, it's
fan
all
of that.
speculation. I mean, the game's not even out yet, and I feel like I've already been parried like 6 times. So
Right.
it's just a part of the game. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get parried. There's gonna be people letting you. Um, I'm sure I'm gonna get salty at that a couple times, but I would never not want it in the game. I think it's gonna be dope. I'm super hyped for the parry.
Me too.
Um, and then an hour or two after the release, they dropped this. Well, I think they did drop this, right? This isn't a leak. This can't be. I don't. This isn't a leak. This is an official trailer. For the
Oh, it is.
commentary mode.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you know I'm ready. Trying to read each other here? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Hit them with a stopping block. More fuel for the fire. Cook them up. Breaking on them to lay down some damage without giving up ground.
Real-time feedback.
Drop them.
Well, I hope it's real-time
They got a
feedback.
feast on
Hopefully
the
they just
dead.
start saying random shit.
Wait, Sam.
No.
Yeah, I hope it's not generic. I hope it actually
Perfect damage calculation.
caters exactly
No
to the
doubt
game.
about it. They are done.
I think that's cool, man.
I'm skeptically optimistic about this.
Can you turn it off?
Oh, 100%. Oh my god,
Okay,
could you fucking imagine?
Right.
There's no way they would just make this a auto thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what? For the people who play by themselves or the people who play online, I think that's gonna be great for them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, most casuals, especially people like me, like, it's kind of a dream to get this far in a tournament where these people are commentating.
Yo,
like
and
I
you
would
get your
fucking
own hype moment now.
if,
Yo.
yeah, if it's half good, like I think it's gonna be dope. Like I still don't think I'd have it on all the time, but I think
Right.
that's sick.
And listen, even this might sound crazy, but even for the people who stream, right, and don't have good commentary, now you don't got to worry about it. You can let the commentators.
Yeah. Oh,
commentate your
dude, that's a
tournament.
good fucking point. Yeah,
Like,
you
say
got
you don't
someone
have
talking
nobody,
over.
or you know your commentary is butt.
Yeah.
Go with them instead. That inspired me, bro. I'm sorry. This shit is about to be lit.
No,
Street Fighter 6 is about to be crazy.
I think it's dope. It does make me nervous because you play enough sports games that have been trying to get this right
Oh,
for
my
how
God.
fucking long. But and that first made me nervous, and I was like, man, I don't know if their first try is gonna be that good. But even if it's acceptable, I think it'll be fire. But unlike a sports game,
Mm-hmm.
there's not fucking it's like 3,000 players in the league. There's
Yeah.
not infinite different scenarios.
Uh-huh.
Like there's shit that happens like in a fighting game more often than not.
Right.
And then after that, you got to worry about them just repeating the same fucking thing. Like,
How
it's-
how deep does it go? That's true.
exactly. That's the
That's
big
true.
deal. Because even sports games, I had to turn commentary off on fucking the show because I play the Yankees, and every fucking time Aaron Judge comes up, here comes Big Aaron Judge, and he
Big
says it
Aaron
every
Judge.
fucking time he goes to the plate. It's like, how didn't they fix this shit? So I just turn it off.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not
yeah.
something like that. Like,
I hear you.
you know, like, if every single fucking time you DP someone from a wake up, he says the exact same line, like, oh, it's
Yeah.
a wake up DP, a risky move, or something stupid, and he just keeps repeating that every time you do it, that'll be
Yeah.
bad. But
Okay.
I have
I
faith
understand that.
that it'll be decent. I have faith that
I
it'll be
understand
decent.
that. That's true. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I think that is dope, but I didn't realize it until we were talking about it. But I think that you have a point. I remember Madden did it wrong for so many years. It was just so generic, and it was so many like, and another great run by the defense. And it's like, wait a minute, that's not what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think if they do end up being generic like that, that could be a problem. But at the same token, like you said, you could turn it off. That's the first thing, and then the second thing is like, I think you can either create your own hype moment playing online, playing against your friends, whatever the case may be. You don't have to do it in your head. You know how like when you play outside by yourself and you're like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you
Yeah,
shoot
yeah,
the
yeah.
ball. Like you don't have to do that here. Like the game will do it for you. So I think that's a dope aspect to add. Again, I just want to see how deep it goes. You do have a point of like, all right, if I wake up DP, are you going to say the same exact phrase every single time? Because yes, that will get old, and that will be something that kind of slightly, not much, but slightly takes away from the game. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I have faith that they'll do it right. I think they'll have
Yeah,
him do
yeah.
like 15 different sayings for like certain like scenarios that are repeated.
All right. Like I
Um,
wouldn't do that, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I pulled up the versus screen. The preview that came out. So this is the loading screen. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I did know that. They're walking out next to each other, because they're fighting each other. They like
Okay.
they break off
Okay.
at the end. I did know
Okay.
that. I should have thought of
Okay.
that. So it's
Okay.
not. Yeah. I mean, there could still be a tag mode, but yeah, that's not a good indicator.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
And then you see here, it's obvious when you're looking at the person, you can hit different buttons to make them change
Yeah,
their
make them
expression shit,
move.
like old school Soul Calibur.
Yeah. I like that.
which is cool. I
But
mean,
SoCal too, wasn't it? I want to say
yes.
two. I want to
I
say
don't
two.
remember, to be honest. It certainly wasn't one. So yeah, it could have been two. But and thank God you didn't change the facial expression, because if every time I played Luke, he did this same cheesy ass fucking grin during the loading screen, that shit would piss me off. Even that one's bad. They gotta, all
Yeah,
right, they gotta work on their faces. That
that's
doesn't,
Final Fantasy.
that that
That
does,
that that looks. Go
that
ahead.
looks like he's wondering if Ryu just farted. Like he's like,
That definitely looks like Korean boy bandish, like
oh yeah,
BTS.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Trying to be when they have like the "I want to be tough" videos. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Hey, what happened to your face? I got hit by a mic cord.
Yeah.
We were dancing real hard that day.
I tweaked my ankle dancing. It's all right though. I'm a thug. I'll be back.
やるかいい戦いになりそうだ
Oh yeah, in this video he even talks about it. So Gabber too, you're right.
Yeah. Look at that.
Strike versus Taki.
Did he say Drake?
versus Cervantes.
Yep. Strike.
Yeah, this is dope. I like this.
Yeah,
I like
there
this a lot.
hasn't been anything that came out that really made me worry. Even the things like the commentary that make me a little nervous. It's like
Mhm.
you can't even be nervous about that because you can just shut that shit off. Like
That's a
it's
fact.
something that you didn't even expect to be there, so you can't be disappointed if you turn it off. It's like, well,
That's removable. I'm okay with
I
that.
wasn't looking forward to this anyway because I didn't even know this was gonna be a thing. So,
Right.
um,
And listen, 2K. I remember that. I just thought I was gonna say earlier. NFL 2K5 did it really well. Like it was it. It took a long time. You have to play like 40 different games to get back to some of the same generic statements. You know what I'm saying? So like if Street Fighter 6 can do it like that, I think that's nothing but a benefit to casual play and potentially tournament play.
yeah.
And you gotta think that the DLC could end up being some of our favorite commentators being added to the game too.
Oh, dude, if I could play, even if it's someone that's not stereotypically like a Street Fighter commentary, like if I could get
Right.
if I could get Tasty Steve on there, that'd
Oh,
be
come
fucking
on.
dope. Hey,
It's funny. You said it, and that's literally the person that was on my mind
mhm.
when I said it. Cause
Yeah,
Steve,
just
I love the way Steve
get
commentates,
Steve
man.
and
Steve,
Yipes. It
yikes!
just on
Oh man,
every
you already
match.
know. You
It'd be
already know.
fucking it's GG. That'd be so dope. I mean, as long as it's good, like as long as they aren't repeating the same shit constantly. But like,
Right.
still, I mean, it's there. Like the recipe's there. This could be
Oh
sick
man.
as fuck.
Oh
Um,
man, this could be, and it could be huge for the FCC, man. To
yeah.
have that kind of, you know what I'm saying, addition to a game. I don't know how they would do that, and obviously talk about payments and licensing and yada yada yada. But like, I think honestly, man, at this point, some of these dudes would just do it for free, just to have their voice in the game, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah, they haven't called me yet. I'm still waiting.
I don't have that kind of voice, so I know they wouldn't be calling me
Yeah,
no
I
time
don't.
soon. I've heard
Uh,
myself. I think I sound like, "Hey, ladies," and then when I listen back, it'd be like, "Hey, ladies, how you doing today?" So I was like, "Yeah, this ain't it."
yeah, I was telling you, because I don't hear myself on voice, but like a couple years ago, I had to have vocal cord surgery, and in my
Mhm.
head, my voice sounds the same. Like it sounds a little different, but
Right,
then I
right.
hear myself recording, I go, "Holy fuck, my voice is completely changed." Like my voice
Mm.
is deeper, it's raspy, like, and it's a bummer. So I mean, no one likes to hear their shit on record, anyways.
Yeah,
But
it definitely sounds different.
but my shit definitely got a lot different. So
Ah, man,
um,
this man had vocal cord surgery and still sound better to me. I'm slightly upset
not it.
now.
No, no, no,
I'm
no,
slightly upset now.
no, no, no.
I'm gonna
Um,
go.
but yeah, they're going in like in summary, them going back to the hip hop style, going more like Third Strike, like you said. There's some
Like it.
Street Fighter
I
4
like it.
and that the heavy impact of the moves. I think the live
Mhm.
commentary is gonna be dope. The
Mhm.
roster was leaked, the starting roster, but we aren't gonna go into that.
Oh, you don't want to go
Um,
into it? All right, I'll shut
oh,
up.
do you want to?
No, I
I
mean,
thought
if you
you
don't
didn't
want
want
to,
to. I'm down to.
bro. Come on. We done seen it all over. Like it ain't like you can hide from it from this point. You know
Yeah,
what
all
I'm saying?
right. No, dope, good. I want to.
Let's do it.
And
Let's
that's
do it.
this will bring up. There's one player that I was actually kind of bummed. Um, that isn't there. Let me see if I can find the picture of the chart. Um,
I was definitely bummed about some folks that didn't make it in.
yeah.
Cause
Uh,
I noticed no Shadaloo at all. Did you see that?
yeah. And the reason I brought up earlier, I said is Jeremiah there because he might be upset. Is I don't think there's a Vega.
No
There's no
Vega.
Vega.
No event, but it's alright because he also main DJ in 4. So
Oh, dope.
and look who's there.
Yep.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
so we got Ryuken, Zangief,
First
Dawson,
impression.
Honda.
First impression.
First impression.
What you think?
I
What
think
you
it's
thinking?
good. I'll probably play Jury. She'll be too hard for me, and then I'll
Hmm.
bitch and moan about how hard she is to play, and then I'll probably play Akuma. That's probably how this
Okay.
is gonna go down. Jamie looks dope, and if you ever told me I would want to play a
Yeah.
drunken capoeira character, I wouldn't have believed it. Boy, he looks dope.
Mm.
Not gonna lie. Rashid, I think looks cool.
Yeah.
He looks less.
I
They,
like
I,
the models.
I feel like they tried to make Rashid a little less like stereotypical. Like his
Hmm.
turban isn't so pronounced and like
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. I
Make
think,
them more modern, like they typically like they can look now. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Marissa, they got a big body female in there, which is good.
I
Um,
see that.
they, maybe they took a page out of Lativa from Grand Blue. They're like,
That's a
we
fact.
can, we can make something that people used to think was uncomfortable, and people be like,
Right.
yo, that's fucking dope. And
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
she looks cool.
it's the landscape has changed now, and people want representation in their games. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking
Absolutely.
shit to
I think it's dope.
them,
I think it's
so
dope, and it's gonna
yeah.
be crazy too. I like it. I like Lily's design.
Yeah, this one, Aki, it's a little cut off the name.
It's
Um,
okay.
they're saying they think she is. Well, I don't know if they're saying or if
The
they actually
boss.
know. No, she's like Fang. She's like the new Fang. She has a poison
Oh,
mechanic,
word.
and I think she's related to Fang, which
Mm.
which is like I don't mind Fang, but I would never or Fong. Is it Fong or
I
Fong?
think it's Fong. I think it's
Yeah,
Fong.
Fong. He thank God we don't have many people in the chat, or else I'd be fucking getting roasted right now. Fong,
Oh my
he's
God, you
he's
freaking
so
losers can't pronounce it.
yeah, but he's so goofy. He's kind of cool, but she looks so much more badass. Like
She
she's
looks
got the
fire.
claws,
Yeah.
and if she has a poison mechanic, I think that'd be dope.
You know,
Uh,
it looks like Lady Deathstrike a little bit from X-Men.
oh yeah, 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 without a
Not
doubt.
the same color, but like has like that same feel to it, you know?
Yeah, I mean they could be going for that, with the silver claws. Maybe they're adamantium. We'll never know.
Mm.
It'll come out in the lore. Hit crossover, and then Marvel will sue
What's
the
up?
fuck out of them.
Well, oh God. What about oh boy, this one right here with the suit on? What is it? I can't see it because it's
Oh
cut off a
yeah, I
little bit
can't
by
either
Google
because this
Glass.
ad won't fucking go away.
Go down, go down.
Yeah,
JP.
JP,
There, okay, yeah.
JP Kimberly
Yep.
Lilly.
So JP looks like kind of G-ish, like how G was in 5.
Yeah,
I
he's
want to see
like
if he plays
he's
like that.
like if G and Leroy got together
Facts.
and like
That's
had a
a fact.
baby. That's what he looks like.
That's Fox.
Yeah. Luke looks cool. Who else? Mimi. I think Mimi's new, right? Is Mimi old? I can't remember.
Mimi? I don't remember Mimi in any of the games. I'll be honest with you.
I don't either.
But I did miss a whole chunk of Street Fighter. Because I played 2 and all the versions of 2 and then 3. And I played a little bit. I came in at the tail end of 4, so I missed. I was like, okay, maybe I missed a version somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't really play Third Strike and I completely missed 4, so I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I don't really remember any of the characters from there.
Jay said he thinks that JP is the new boss.
Oh, he could be.
He's got psycho power according
So
to the
I
leaks.
was gonna
Oh,
say,
okay.
does he have psycho power? He
Oh
does,
shit.
because there's no M Bison right now, and you gotta have someone to have psycho power.
Listen. All I'm asking, okay, Capcom, don't fuck this up, okay? You got to come out with the Shadaloo pack, okay? You
Yeah.
missing Vega, you missing Balrog, you missing Sagat, you
Oh yeah, I
missing
forgot about
Bison,
Balrog. Naj
you
actually
missing
brought that up
Sagat,
to
you
me
missing
too. That was
right,
the first thing he said.
right. So you gotta like, come on, man. These are dudes. I hope they don't do like they did in 5 and like make us wait till season 3, season 4. Like it's 3, 4 years in and we don't really care no more. And then it's like, hey, here's your guy that you asked for 2 years ago. I hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that.
Oh yeah, sorry, Mr. Amp. I was looking at the chat. Yeah, Fong is a Street Fighter 5 character.
Yeah, in fact, five was popping when it first dropped. It just died out really fast because, like what I just said, people's characters were not in the game soon enough, and they literally lost interest, and a lot of them did not want to come back.
Yeah, and the fact the game wasn't was missing half of its
Come on,
shit.
come
That
on.
was that
The
was just
roster was like
terrible.
16 people. Was missing stuff. It took so long to get DLC characters, and I think they tried to stretch the life out, but the problem is they actually sucked the life out of the game trying to stretch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know how you try to dilute something so it can last longer, but then you end up like taking away the effectiveness of it. That's exactly what I think they did with Street Fighter Five. Like,
yeah,
give me something early, man. But so I like I'll be honest. I like what I see right now. DJ's back. That's dope. I like that they got Ryukin, Zangief, Dawson, Honda, Blanca, Guile, Chun Li. I like Cammy. I like that top. That I'm used to that.
yeah. Cammy
Um,
looks dope. There was a
right,
leaked
right,
up
right.
video of Cammy too. She's not wearing that, so I don't know why that's
No.
in the picture. No, she's wearing her
Oh,
classic kind of style. It's a
okay.
little
That
different, but she's wearing the classic camo
yeah.
outfit.
People was making a fuss about that when they saw the leak. Like, oh my god, how could you take her out of her classic clothes? I'm like, it's okay. Like, it'll be DLC somewhere. It's fine.
I mean,
Let
you
them
want to
dress
bitch about
different.
Cammy? At least she doesn't look like fucking Ken.
Right.
My
Looks
dude
like
looks like he's about to ask me for a cigarette and $1.
listen.
Like,
Ken,
like,
Ken is like 2 seconds away from being on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's what he looks like right now.
dude, yeah. His opening line, like his story mode's gonna include trying to explain why the election was stolen at this point. Like, like that's how deep they're going with this dude's character model.
He definitely looks like a generic fighter from Streets of Rage 4. Like just somebody you would beat up on level 2. That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
no special flavor about him. I like Ryu's new design though. He's got the sandals on. It looks
yeah,
like he
yeah.
has on
He stepped
not
up his
Goken.
rag game.
Yeah, you know what I'm
He's
saying? Looks
he's
something different.
covering a nipple. He's very conservative now.
Right.
You got to work to
Conservative
see the
Ryu.
second one.
Absolutely. You gotta double charge the Hadouken, and then you can see the second nipple if you do that. So I like that.
Yeah.
Anybody missing that you want to be here? D.
I kind of wanted Vega just because that's who I played in the original
Okay.
Street Fighter or 2.
Okay. You
But
play Vega too? Disgusting.
Vega to me is like Biken is in Guilty Gear. I'll
Mm-hmm.
pretend like I'm gonna play them, and
Mm-hmm.
then I will, and I'm like, nah.
This ain't it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, you know what's funny is I was talking to Naj the other day, and I said something about we were talking about the parry system,
Okay.
and made a couple jokes about Biken, and I was like, yeah, I love the parry so much. And I was like, I don't know when that started, but I don't think it was Rev 2 when I played Biken. And then it clicked. You know what character I played in what game that had a parry that I played? And he was the character I played the most. And it's when I really fell in love with the parry.
Don't tell me Slayer from Exert.
No. Even farther back.
Oh,
Or
damn.
even not in that genre.
Oh.
Marsh from Super Smash.
Oh
He
shit.
had that counter parry. And he was my
Wow.
dude. And that's when it
So
started. That's when I
so
started loving fucking parrying.
so you love parrying because of Marth. That's what you're telling me?
Yep.
You
Well, that's when it started
filthy
that I used to
casual,
like.
you.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Kidding me? I
You
mean,
know
it could
what?
have been worse. I could have played Roy.
Yeah. Listen, I didn't like counters at all in parries and stuff like that. I didn't like it because like I could never get the timing down. But now that like I can time it a little bit better with K Rule, I actually don't mind parrying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be dope.
Oh man, it's gonna be fire. I'm excited about it, man. I don't. I'm not crazy about character leaks because I understand like that takes away a little bit from the excitement, but it does give us opportunity to sit down and discuss like what we like, what we don't like, and let's be real, devs get early feedback to like if something they really fucked up with. Like remember when Mortal Kombat 3 dropped and Scorpion wasn't in the game?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
And
I
so like
remember
they
that
literally
blowback.
had to like create a Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate Edition and like okay, hey, we fucked up. We're sorry. Here's Scorpion. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that having that discussion sometimes and having the fans be so vocal can actually kind of right some wrongs that devs don't even realize that they're making early.
Yeah, and I mean that undoubtedly happened in Guilty Gear Strive too. Is that the 4 DLC characters were basically leaked. Like they were basically set in stone.
Right,
The
right,
first 2 were right, and
right.
then they started hearing, they started remembering. I don't know how you forget about the hype around Bike Kid, and they were like,
Mm,
let's put some of the others on the back burner. And there's one that was like, it seemed like a friggin' shoe in to be first DLC. Um, that is like the biggest one. Uh, and I don't know if I want to say it because some people do still like to. Because but there's a character that seemed like guaranteed to not only be in the game but get their own stage, and they obviously pushed that person to season 2 to make room for someone like Biken.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But the
I think I
first
know who you're
two,
talking about.
and well, actually, it might have been 3 of them. Gold Lewis, Jacko,
Uh huh.
and I think Happy Chaos might have been in the league. I think I thought he wasn't, and I went back and looked, and he was in the league. So 3 out of the 4, so they just made room for Biken. So it
Yep.
was relatively accurate, but they were like, yo, it's better if we release Biken now, like in the first season for the hype. I mean, I don't know
You
if in
think
the end game that was better, but
you think
to
Slayer
their
coming
mind,
back?
I think so.
You think
I
so?
don't I not to spoil a spoiler, but he hasn't been in any of the leaks so far. I don't think so.
No.
But
That's
neither
what
was
that. Yeah.
Biken, so
Yeah. That's
you never
true.
know.
Black wasn't in none of the leaks. That's a fact.
Yeah, there's a couple characters that were in the leaks that I was really hoping for, that I hope they stick with, and they'll probably be there eventually.
Yeah.
There's none that I'm like, why the fuck would they do that one? So I assume that most of them are gonna get in there.
I mean, Biking came out, but obviously, I'm looking Slayer, I'm looking Dizzy.
Dizzy would be dope.
Yeah,
Dizzy's a super cool character. I think she could be a lot of
yeah.
fun. It's a
Dizzy was
little
fired. Yeah.
it's a little nerve wracking because Strive is a little bit more simplified. So when you start getting those like
That's a good point.
complicated characters,
That's a good point.
I
That's a
mean,
good point.
but they kind of pulled it off with Jacko. She
Jacko
was
and
super complicated, and
fucking
she's not as complicated as she is in Rev, but she's fucking still tricky as fuck. So
Zato
they can
too.
do it.
Zato's not brain dead either. So,
Yeah, no, not at all. Definitely not at all.
but yeah. So getting back to 5, I mean 6. I like what I see so far. I think obviously I think it's a decent start. Again, I'm never gonna be crazy about roster resets. I think Tekken does it right. I think Tekken does it so right. I think Smash does it right. I think those two games, they realize that once a player finds the character they like, I'd rather you keep my character in the game and just kind of tweak the gameplay a little bit. Maybe I like that, maybe I don't. But give me options. Maybe my main was Ken all these years, and I just, I don't connect with Ken this time. I don't connect with bum Ken now. I don't connect with divorce Ken. I connect. I connect
I
with
don't connect with
somebody else.
unvaccinated Ken.
Right, with unvaccinated Ken. he does. He does look unvaccinated. I don't connect with unvaccinated Ken anymore. So, but if I don't like that, I still want to have options to play characters that will appease whatever visually or gameplay wise. Maybe I'm heavily offensive. Maybe I'm defensive. Maybe I'm heavily balanced. Whatever it is, I want it to. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be like I enjoy playing this game and not like, damn, I'll be back for season 2. Hopefully, y'all put in who the fuck I want in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Onikoyo,
Tekken doesn't do that. They just like, you know what? We got like 40 characters we know y'all want in this game. We're gonna start there and then DLC raise from there. I like that. I just think it makes more sense, you know, instead of having
yeah,
to find a new main every other, generation of the game. I don't see how that helps out. It's nice, I guess, for the devs because it's less for them to have to worry about early on. But I think if you're really trying to have a deep player base and a deep casual player base like Tekken has, and even a deep competitive player base, I think it's the smartest thing to do. And especially with Smash Brothers, like, bro, there's like literally what, 80 characters now, and that's not even including like the creative characters you can make as well.
yeah,
So like there's a lot of variety, and so it gives me a lot of options to play around the game and a lot of opportunities to not get bored with it early. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Exactly. I'm all for a bigger roster startup. Not only because it seems to make sense, but if you aren't like if the game's not clicking with you, uh, there's a chance that you can say, oh, like you said, maybe Ken's not clicking, and you can be kind of bummed out, be like, oh man, I'm just not getting into the game. But there's at least something kind of bringing you to that next try to get into
hmm
it, because it's like, I'll just try someone else. There's
right,
friggin' 24 characters on the starting roster. You know what I mean?
right.
Luke looks cooler this game. I'll try him. Lily looks dope. She's new. I'm gonna try them.
That's a fact.
So if
Kimberly looks
I
dope too.
think looking at it, it looks like they have a good mix of new characters
Yeah,
and they got a good mix of classic characters.
yeah.
I'm super surprised there's no Vega or Balrog. Um, But other than that, I think they nailed
That's
it.
really surprising to me.
And
Like
no M Bison, but again,
just
I guess if
typically day
JD's the new
one.
boss, I mean these
Yeah,
characters are coming. You know,
yeah.
they're gonna put them in eventually. But
I about to
it
say
is,
that. I think they want to give them their shine early, and they be like, all right, we know what y'all want. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Here, just try our new guys out first, please, and then we'll give you the rest of the legacy you're looking for.
yeah,
I just hope they don't stretch it too long. D, that's my biggest thing. Like, what we want. Give me about a year with the new characters or whatever, and then after that, man, don't try to force that shit down my throat. Like, let me get back to what I know and what I love. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
absolutely. Also, Onikayo, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, my man.
hey, Aaron, what up?
Oh, it's Aaron. Thank
Yeah.
you, Aaron. All right. So yeah, I mean, again, in summary, because we've been going on for about 40 minutes about this,
Sure
like,
could.
it's too much hype. Like, I think it's gonna be dope. I can't wait.
Oh man, I think it's the dopest thing about six is like when five exploded onto the scene is because we hadn't had a new Street Fighter in a long time, and people had got fatigued about the current state of affairs with Street Fighter and stuff like that. You go to see the same thing for so many times before it's like, all right, there's no new meta, there's no new nothing. All right, it's time to move on. And I think five has hit that plateau now. So like to have six be announced, people are hyped again. I promise you, like I know that outside of Smash, our FGC brackets, besides Guilty Gear Strive, don't get more than 20 players. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But like I can almost guarantee early Street Fighter 6 days, you're gonna see like our bracket's gonna be like 40, 50 deep early. I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, because that's
absolutely.
that game, that name just has like the
Serious weight.
yeah,
It has the
man.
same weight as the
Yeah,
fucking
man.
attacks do in the trailer.
That's a
So,
fact. Yeah, yeah.
so
That could be good
no,
shit. I
it's
like
gonna be
that.
dope. I think it's
I
gonna.
like that.
Yeah, I have nothing negative. I haven't seen anything at all that I'm like that's stupid. Like
Yep.
nothing.
Yep.
I got nothing. I got nothing but praise for it so far. We'll see when the game comes out.
We sure will.
They already released a ton of shit, so I don't really know what else can come out other than footage of some of the characters. So
I think that when you think the beta, I think early 2023 is gonna be the beta.
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if they did it in like
Yeah.
January, February.
Shit.
Fighting games seem to love to.
It might be
Um,
one in at Evo. I would
yeah,
not be surprised.
there could be. Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, I don't think it'll come out early 2023, but probably. Well, maybe. I don't know. Fighting games seem to love coming out in like earlier time of the year. There has to be
Yeah,
some
I don't
kind
know
of
what's up with
marketing
that.
point to that.
It's
So
gotta be.
there's
I
almost be
think
a
a lot
reason
of
for that.
times they come out after the holidays when people have like restocked their wallets and they're looking for something else to buy.
Yeah.
I forgot there was a marketing class I took and there was a specific way. There's like, no, people usually time their stuff around February, March. Tax season is one of the things because they know when people have money, they'll spend
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Yeah. As soon
Um,
as tax returns start coming in,
oh
that
come
that
on.
that is literally the best time to do splurge purchases and to market them. So,
I totally believe that. So I think
oh,
that
it's
that's
100%.
always a
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
thing. Yeah, that I think that plays a factor into like February and March releases and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I think we're gonna move on. We're gonna rip through a couple more things.
Yeah, let's
Um,
kick it.
and again, it's all state of play. Uh, the state of play was unreal this time, and the very
Oh man.
first thing they got off with was the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Hmm.
And switch screens. Now, are you a Resident Evil fan? Do you play Resident Evil?
I played a little bit of it. I never got heavy deep into it, but I played enough to appreciate what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so Resident Evil has a special place um in my heart as far as like gaming background is that the original Resident Evil is the first when I got my PlayStation. It's one of the first games. I can't say it was the first because I did it with a Sega game, but probably the second most meaningful game that I saw on shelves at Electronics Boutique. Remember EB? Now
I
I
used
think
to
there might
live
still
in
be
there.
some EB games,
I used to live in there.
and it was that old school Resident Evil 1. Have you seen it with the guy? He doesn't even look like Chris. He's got a rifle in his hand.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, and I saw that, and I went in the game, and I was like, fucking 7. And I got it, and I saved up for it, and like all this change and doing chores and everything, and I got it. And then I played it, and again, I was like 7 or 8 at the time. And that iconic scene where the zombie turns his head,
Yeah.
I had nightmares as a kid for like 4 fucking months. And then like I had a friend who was like 4 years older than me that come play video games, and I couldn't play the game unless he came over and played it with me.
Word.
But we fucking beat that fucker. And ever since then,
Yo.
I've been a huge Resident Evil fan too. 3 and everything.
It's definitely a scary ass franchise.
And looking at the trailer, I mean, it looks great. It's the same RE engine that they use for the remakes of 2 and 3, obviously. Now, I'm gonna let this. Is this the end of it? I'm gonna let this roll out, and then there's one thing I'm like super terrified of, and they should be scared of it too. Because I think if they do this one thing, there's gonna be a huge fucking backlash.
The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
So March 24th, 2023.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it's coming up. And then this has been leaked for so long. This was leaked like a year ago. And there's PlayStation VR content also in development.
Yeah.
I might as well say that is exciting. Even though I'm not 100% sure I will get the VR2 just because I already have an Oculus Quest 2 and I use PC. If I'm going to buy another headset, I'll probably buy one that will work on PC. Baby. But you never know. What's up?
Say, gotta move those units.
Yeah. I mean, if you get one in the store, I'll just come play it there.
Hey, listen, you already know me.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, I play the Resident Evil 4 VR edition on the Quest 2, and it's amazing. It's super good. So that's exciting. They also did, they also, in the state of play that I don't have up, we probably won't have time to talk about, is Resident Evil The Village. There's some extra stuff coming out and some VR like that. We talked about it the other week about how they're doing a new 6-dimension like VR version of it. So.
Oh yeah.
Or the 6F version. So that'll be dope. But anyways, the main thing I'm scared about this is that with 2 they did it a little, and with 3 they did it a lot, and that is they cut shit out. 3 especially is short.
Yeah,
it's like if you're like trucking through, it's like an 8-hour game. If you're taking time, I think it's like 12, 13, 14. It's just like.
And that's how it was meant to be.
If they do that to 4, they're gonna be in some shit. People aren't gonna buy no more remakes. People still will, but they're gonna get a backlash, and it is gonna hurt them. With 3, you can kind of do it because even though it's kind of a fan favorite for a lot of people, not like 2 or 4. And people were already mad they did it a little bit with 2. I played through the 2 remake. I didn't play through the 3, but I saw plenty of people play it and like saw how short it was, and I heard enough online that they did it even worse than 3. But yeah, I hope they don't do it in 4. Maybe they might have to cut it a little bit because it is like a 40-hour game. And when you're dealing with graphics like this and really high quality stuff, a 40-hour game when it looks like this with these textures could be like fucking 100 gigs, and that's not good either. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, like that's where we at now. Like, and here's the thing, like, even with the 100 gigs, that's another gripe for another day. But like, cause I really think it annoys me slightly that these newer consoles, they came out with the same amount of gigs that last generations did. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why, even if it's an Xbox Series S, it should only be 500 gigs. Cause I have I have 2 Xbox Series S's, and I filled one up with just like I hadn't even purchased any new games. I filled it up with a library. You know what I'm saying? And like I didn't like. I'm like, damn, I gotta buy a fucking. I think it's a 1 terabyte hard drive, and that's like the cheapest one, just to be able to put all my games on. So I don't like the fact that it's these new systems didn't give you a lot more space to play with. So if we do get something that's heavy in graphics and stuff like that, 100 gigs is kind of like having 20 or 30 gigs back on the Xbox One or the previous iteration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And it sucks because when it takes up that much space and it's a long game, that you don't want to delete it to make space. You want to beat it.
Right.
So like the bigger the game, the longer it generally gets, and then the longer you feel you have to keep it on there. because you don't
I'm
want to
okay
start
with a
it.
little
So.
bit of game management, but like if I gotta manage every time I turn around, and even with the updates now, like you gotta have double the size of the game. So if my game is 64 gigs, I gotta have 128 gigs to be able to upgrade my game. I don't like that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a small gripe anyway from that. But I do hope that they don't chop a lot of gameplay out. Do hope they don't chop a lot of cutscenes out. Because four is a great game. Four is one of the ones I played a little bit more than the other ones. So
Uh-huh.
I would be disappointed to see, some of my favorite scenes or lines get left the fuck out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, now that we're talking about it, after I get home later, I'm probably gonna fire up some 4.
Boot
Just
it
a
back
great
up,
game.
baby.
Might as well. All right, so that comes out in March of next year.
March of next year. That's right around the corner. Feel like, don't it?
Yep. It comes up quick. And then I'm just gonna go. We'll watch this real quick. This is Horizon Call of the Mountain. It's a VR game that is coming. I don't know if they did a release date, but I'm assuming it comes mid next year. Because the
Oh, that's what it
the
look like?
PS2
Oh,
VR
okay.
doesn't even have a release date yet. But it
Okay.
looks fucking
I
fire.
asked you a
Jesus.
question.
Everyone says Reyes is a good shot.
Yeah, and I'll put arrows through both of us. You're switching with me.
And the reason this gets me excited is because something about the hands and the movement, and it'll show her interacting with stuff, reminds me of Half-Life Alyx. And Half-Life Alyx is just unreal. Like
Okay.
right there, like with the trees and stuff.
Yeah, that's dope.
Because when you get the hands down that well in a game, especially like Half-Life Alyx, it is so much more immersive. When you aren't like fucking reaching through shit, like you aren't clipping into stuff, but like when you hit a wall, that controller vibrates a little and your hand can't move any farther. Those little bit of immersions, I think, are huge. And it's obviously for, it's going to be exclusive probably for PS2 VR. So you know the controllers and everything are going to be super integrated. So there's going to be a whole lot of tactile stuff going on. So
Do that.
I don't think they have a release date. We'll watch it to the end. We'll see.
It will take all your wits, your skills, and courage.
Yo, when
Oh,
VR
wow.
screens get better
Yeah.
and graphics do well, this is motion sickness and a half. That I don't like. I'm not a big fan of heights. That's gonna freak the shit out
Neither
of me.
am I. All my games got to be on a plateau.
You
Yeah.
have walked in the shadows,
Yeah.
Reyes. Now
All my gaming
it's
skills on a
time to
plateau.
Wow. Yeah.
into the light.
Yeah. There
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
No release date, obviously, but.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Diablo 2 Immortal is pay to win, and it's mad fucking awful.
Ooh.
You watch any of that shit?
Ooh. I watched some of that. I was like, this is trash. I'm glad I didn't
It's
get
terrible.
excited
It's
about
terrible.
it.
Get max level, it's like $120,000.
Absolutely
Something
not,
fucking
sir.
stupid.
Absolutely not.
nuts.
Absolutely not.
And then the last thing we got to talk about is Final Fantasy 16. Released a big trailer. We'll run through that now.
You know, I'm a Final Fantasy guy, so
Yeah, same.
in a world
Did
ruled by
you
tyranny and turmoil.
did you like
Not so much.
15? I'm gonna pause this real quick.
15 was fun.
Yeah,
It was the multiplayer made it more fun for me.
there was multiplayer in 15.
Mm-hmm. It's DLC.
Really? Wait.
Yes, sir.
So what did you do? Were you just a
Uh,
number member of your party?
went around with my friends wrecking shit.
Yeah. So you're just in the same party, just killing shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's dope. I
Yeah.
honestly didn't even know about that.
Go back and check it. I'll jump in with you one of these days.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in a while. Like it's been I uninstalled it because I just like played everything I could, and then like I jumped on 14 more, but like yeah, I had fun playing. 15 was good. It didn't touch everything I thought it would, but it wasn't like, oh my god, this is a massive disappointment. It was like, nah, this is a good game. And I
Yeah.
will play it again here and there if I thought about it,
Yeah, I think the biggest test of like, so was it a good game or a great game? As I'm like, it was a pretty good game, and like if someone would have asked me like, what's your favorite part? I'd have been like, I don't fucking remember. Like,
Right.
it's just not that memorable. It's a great
Right.
game. It's a good game. I don't have huge problems with it. The story just wasn't that memorable.
Right.
I feel like you really drill there's sometimes you kind of drill that, oh, my dad's a king, like I'm a prince kind of thing.
Yeah, and
They
the
did kind of
whole
make it kind of funny with how he's like a rich
the
kid and
the bromance thing
you're
with all
driving
the
around like a futuristic Bentley. Like I don't know, it was a decent game, but
it
it's definitely
had a
not
different feel to it.
one of my favorites.
It wasn't in my top like 5,
Who are we?
but it's
Yeah, I
What
don't think so.
are the
It was good.
dominants? The power we wield. It wears away at our very.
Well, actually, I know it was in my top 5 because I can literally tell you that 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 all are. So there's 5 right there. So no, it's not in my top 5.
I understand.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Yeah,
Kinda
I
looks
think
like
I'm 10,
Squall right
7,
there,
14,
doesn't he?
5. Doesn't it? He might be inspired by Squall.
Yeah, maybe his last name's Leonhardt. That'd be dope.
Might as
Little tie-in. Hey, I mean, it's that looks awful
you see how this
similar
came in? Yo,
to
I
the
was about to say that.
to the fucking to the
Hey.
tiger thing, to the pendant he had on his gunblade and his necklace.
Might be
delay
onto
brings us
something.
closer to
Might be onto
disaster.
something.
We must move now.
The Chaos would reach.
How do you feel about it being less turn-based now?
Man, I feel like it doesn't matter what I think about it because they don't have a choice. Like I can be the grumpy older gamer to be like, oh, that's not Final Fantasy, but I can kind of get it at the same time. They have to be a little bit more action-based these days. Remake did it well.
Oh,
I thought
man.
Remake did it.
Remake did it. Yo,
If I take the field,
yeah.
our due
I wasn't even mad at how they
shape the
changed it
island
for Remake.
Yeah, and there's a
to
moment
its
in this
foundations.
this trailer that they literally show they have stagger, just like the remake. So it's obvious
word?
they like got a whole lot of
Look at that.
inspiration and are
That
using the
Shiva
same kind of
casting, Odin.
Yeah, so this whole thing makes it very clear that it's very Aeon or summon based.
Oh, I like
And they
that.
all look fucking dope.
Oh
Bahamut
my
looks
God,
dope.
I love that.
Ramu looks dope. Shiva.
Yeah, man. Diamond Dust. What's it for it?
I don't know who that
That-
is, but
that
she
Garuda?
looks fucking dope too.
I think that's Garuda, Bahamut.
That's Bahamut.
Odin.
It is
Yeah.
true.
Oh, this shit
For
might
every
be wow.
citizen who falls, another
I mean, it
is
looks
in
epic
red.
as fuck.
For every home that burns,
Mega Flare.
Yeah, there's that Bahamut move.
rebuilt, the Empire will live on.
Phoenix, Titan. Okay.
Okay,
Garuda, yup.
Garuda. That's that one I didn't know.
Shiva, Odin. Yup. Oh, I didn't see it for in the beginning.
I like how Afreed is such a fan favorite now that like he even overtake Bahamut.
Yeah.
Like he took a backseat like Bahamut, then Afreed, and he ends it out. It's like,
Right.
man, people fucking love their Afreed.
It's something about fire mains, man. People love that. You know?
Yeah.
That's why Roy's so popular.
Now coming up at the oh god, I will die on the Mars show. I swear. Now the most painful thing about this trailer though is the ending.
Awaken, child of fate.
He-
Awaken, if free.
that
Oh man, I got a whole year to wait.
not only a whole year, but you know what that means for remake part 2? That shit ain't coming at
No.
least till 2024, if not later.
Well,
That-
listen. If 16 can be what I think it is, it'll tide me over. Now, you know.
Yeah. No, you know what?
I want
You
part
know
two.
what? You're right. That's a glass half full. I've been looking at it half empty. If this
Yeah.
game is good, which it looks like it'll be dope, then you know, like
And if it's booty,
curb
I'm
your
going back to 14. I'm going back to 14.
Yeah. No, you're
That-
right. That's a good way of looking
yeah.
at it. I was so bummed about it till you said it's like, well, what if this is good? Then you're held over until it, and it's like,
And you gotta think if they add multiplayer D like they did other ones, me and you could bust a lot of this shit out.
oh yeah, this would be dope. Oh, another thing too. When you look at the battle, they're talking about.
I didn't see
It
that the
looks
first time.
like you don't have a party in any of this,
bring
so
No,
you
look
don't
like
know
it's
if
all
it's like
Aeons.
added.
Yeah,
But
look at
this
that.
looks
Look at the
level
left screen.
26.
Mm.
like that's far in the game. Like you know what I mean? This isn't some level 1, level 13, still just one person.
Did you see on the left how all the AIs was selectable though? Look
Correct.
at that. Yeah.
So what it looks like
What is
is
that?
you kind of change what Aeon you are
Mm.
influenced by. So you basically have forms based on
Oh, that's
Aeons.
gonna be
Because
dope.
if you notice right here, he's got like Shiva selected, and he does like,
Nice.
oh no,
Oh, that's
or he
lightning.
has a green. No, he has a green person, and he does.
That
Oh
should
yeah,
be
yeah,
Garuda.
it's green. It's Garuda, and he does like a
Yeah.
wind slash.
That look
So yeah,
lightning.
so I think it changes your abilities based on whatever Aeon you're like influenced by at the time.
That's
No,
gonna be crazy.
no, is that gonna do blowback because Final Fantasy is generally a party game?
That's true.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
I'm kind of on the fence about that. It's like, yeah, it's risky, but then again, Final Fantasy Remake was risky in its
Yes, it
combat
was.
system,
Yes,
and
it
it
was.
was dope. It worked out well.
Yeah. I remember
So
when they first said it was gonna be like live like that, and I was like, I don't know.
yeah. So I think they deserve our let's wait and see. Like,
Yeah.
let's give them the benefit of the doubt. That'll be fun. You know what I love though? You
What?
know what they're really getting it on is in the like MMO scene and stuff. Look at these numbers popping up when you hit someone.
Crazy high. Yup.
They're like, you know what I mean? They're already tapping in something I love. I love seeing them high ass numbers. Like
35,000.
yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
I feel the same way.
No more. Oh, I critted him for 253. It's like, no. That's not impressive. Like, yo, one time I hit a dude for 6. No way.
Yeah,
Like,
600.
yeah,
600. And the spell will be like 4 minutes long, and it only does
600
600 damage.
billion.
You're like, what the hell?
We need Diablo 3 numbers. 7.2 bill. Where the
I'm
numbers
okay
get
with
so
that.
high, they got to start popping up abbreviations.
Right, this is B.
Yeah.
7B.
Losses, it is true. Yet
But yeah,
for
it looks dope. Next summer. Literally the only negative is that I was hoping it'd be near the end of the year.
That would have been better. That would have been better.
I watched. I only watched one reaction of this, and it was Max. And it's actually a funny video. We don't have time to look at it now, but when he goes right before the announcement, he goes, "And when are we gonna get to play it? Summer 2023?" And then that comes up, and he goes, "Oh, chat, I am so sorry. I was fucking kidding." He was like, "You gotta be kidding me." He's like, "I am so sorry. I
Hey
always
man,
thought I was
so
making
this
a
is
joke."
Max's fault. This is
Yeah,
Max's
it
fault.
is.
Yeah.
It's always Max's fault.
Yeah, we gotta blame him. Gotta blame him. Get your shit together, Max, okay? Get it together.
Yeah. But yeah, we're like an hour 7 minutes. You got anything else you could think of?
No, man, listen, this was fun. I got to see two of my favorite uh types of games and two of my favorite franchises. So yeah, only thing was missing was some Mortal Kombat 12 news.
Yeah. And yeah, and that might be coming. We got the Capcom showcase.
hmm
That's later in the it, it's third. I think it's next Thursday.
Is it next Thursday?
Or is it next Tuesday?
The
We'll
13th. I
figure
think
it
it's next
out.
Tuesday.
If it's a good time to stream, then that's probably the time. Because you got to imagine they're going to show new Street Fighter stuff because so much has been leaked. They're
It's
probably
next
going to be
Monday.
like, they're probably going to like fold their arms and be like, well, no, we were going to show it anyways next week. Like,
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
They like, they don't want to admit like, oh, you guys got us. We were going to show that like 3 months from now or after Evo. They're going to be like, oh, no, we're going to show it anyway next week. So
Right. No,
you
here it
didn't
is.
get us. We were going to do all
Right.
this. But if it's at a decent time and on a decent day, we'll stream it. If it's not, um, if it's like, I think it's on a Tuesday or Thursday, so I think we can
If it's
figure it out.
if it's the 13th, then it's a Monday. But I don't think that's. I don't know why I keep saying 13th, and maybe it's the Capcom thing, and I'm tripping.
Yeah, and there's like a summer games thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I'll look it all up later, and
Yeah.
and we'll let them know. But
Let's peep that.
at least next Tuesday, everyone, same time around 4:30. I
Yeah,
think
we'll
this
be
is a
here.
great time because then we go an hour, 5:40. This will be up on YouTube. Should be by Thursday unless I get busy or something, but it will definitely be up at least by the weekend. And yeah, there's that summer games thing coming up. There's the
Okay.
Capcom showcase. We're
Mhm.
gonna have some some great stuff to talk
Oh
about. So
man, this
tune
this
in.
summer is gonna be full. This is perfect time to do the show because like summertime is always announcement after announcement after announcement.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm ready.
Oh man. All right. So a lot of hype in this show. State of Play was awesome.
Definitely.
And we will see you guys next Tuesday.
Peace. Mm, 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 mm.